Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new to the channel, in the last episode we sailed from Åland in Sweden across to Mariehamn in Åland. I missed out on a ton of drone footage. I don't know why I didn't put that in, but here's a little clip of that anyway that I missed out on. One thing we learnt on the crossing a little bit the hard way is that it was such a smooth crossing going downwind all the way, but as soon as you turn onto a beam reach, the wind can be a lot stronger and can heel you over very much more, so it's important to reef before you get into that situation. You can see here we're very much heeled over.
Yeah.
Can't stay here like this. Guys, we can't stay here like this.
Because we're too long. We are too long.
So it wasn't immediately obvious when we came into Mariehamn where to dock, so we ended up in the wrong berth at one point. We came out of that berth and spotted an empty pontoon nearby, so it was pretty simple docking, and we spoke to the harbour master and he said that was fine for the night. So we've arrived in Mariehamn. This seems to be the main street, at least. Yeah, just checking it out, finding a fish shop for Nikolai.
Mariehamn is a nice little city. It's the capital of Åland, and around 40% of the population lives here in the city.
Yeah. Done a bit of shopping in Mariehamn. Bought a Åland book, so we got some nice places to go. And yeah. Huh? Yeah, we got some local beer to try as well. Or is there some honey beer or something?
Honey beer.
Honey beer and local Åland ale and pale ale and stuff like that.
Lemon ale.
Lemon ale. I don't know what building this is.
This must be the public benefit office. Just go.
Oh no, it's Viking Line. It's no
Viking Line.
no drinking. No drinking while buying ferry tickets in Mariehamn, by the way.
It's a proper problem.
Yeah. Apparently it's an issue. There she is on the dock. Oh, and we've got a friend. Did we just hit the bottom, honey? No response.
It's alright.
It's alright.
It's a minor bump.
Yeah.
Hello.
He's definitely stopped the traffic.
Hey.
Hey, it's opening!
Is it opening?
Yes, it is. It's very slow. Maybe it's by hand.
How did that go?
It's alright.
It actually went well.
We actually ran aground about 15 minutes ago, and then went all the way back around again, and then we managed to go through that little bridge back there.
And now you can head for the channel
And now-
watch the
Now there's some
kayakers.
kayakers we can run over.
No, running over the kayakers. Hit the channel.
Hit the kayak? What?
No, go for the channel, but be
Go
careful.
for the channel! Alright. Where's the channel gone? Now luckily we only hit the bottom at what, like 1.5 knots or something. Hit mud as well, so it shouldn't have done anything, but the charts were a bit out of sync here, so yeah. That's why. So when we left Mariehamn, I decided to take a little different way around the island and try to go through this area here. So before our actual depth sounder updated the chart and connected to the iPad and put real readings into this chart, it looked like there was 2 to 6 meters in this area. Well, that wasn't exactly the case and we hit the bottom. I was prepared for this, and that's why I slowed right down to like 1.5 knots, so it was just a little bump and then we reversed and went back round the other way. Not ideal, but it could have been much worse. Two types of boat owners, those that have run aground and those that will run aground. So. Yeah, but Nikolai's trying to fish again. Yeah, well, he's very pleased that we're doing like 7.5 knots.
Oh yeah, well, it's pike. It's pike we're going for, so it will happen today. Pikes are greedy.
Pretty tough navigation through the channel there, just finding the shallow spots and getting through. So. But now we're out into this open kind of bay. So we're just crossing from one side of the bay to the other, if you can see the chart. And then we end up in like this mess out here. So let's see how that is. What's Tanya doing? She's just getting the guest flags up.
No, that's the other side. This is the nationality flag.
Nationality flags. We've got Hansa-klubben and the Danish flag as well. Up here, just raised the Åland flag.
So we just had a cable ferry here that was not really marked on on the chart. The ferry started moving, and then we had to ourselves discover that it was actually a cable ferry.
We are pretty much in the middle of Åland now. It's still blowing like an absolute beastard. Tanya has the con, she's taking it pretty seriously. But I think we've come up on the week of wind, so trying to find some sheltered spots in Åland, and we've realised it's pretty rocky everywhere around here. The channels are quite narrow and you really need to be alert on what to avoid, but it's a nice place, really beautiful up here. But yeah, we could do with a break. We've been doing a lot of sailing the last few days. Just got the jib up now, it's probably blowing 14 knots of wind. Yeah, so just taking it easy, but we're still doing like 5 or 6 knots. It should be there within, I don't know, within an hour. Almost at anchorage. Nikolai's job has been taken away from him brutally. We're going to use the front anchor today. He's not very happy with that.
The captain has decided to take a break. So the other captain is at work now.
Is in charge.
The beautiful captain.
The beautiful. So usually.
Take that archipelago and all your fucking rocks.
And then we just got banned from YouTube.
So usually the captain listens to the navigator, but in this instance, the captain listens to no one.
The captain is the navigator.
The captain is the navigator.
I am in yes, and I'm back in the right lane of the channel.
I need to do a bit of reality TV here.
Yeah.
So what is a channel really? Is that a lane or what is it?
You can answer
This
that.
This is the channel, and as you can see, you have a right lane and you have a left lane.
Okay.
Depending on if you're going in or out.
Okay. And
Get the sails in a minute.
when there's this much traffic, I mean, this is pretty damn. There's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
So I guess it's very important that we stay in the right lane. Isn't that right, Captain?
It is very important.
Yeah. So you can hardly fit here. So many boats. Ow!
So where are you going?
To infinity and beyond. We're going to set the anchor out.
We're letting the rear anchor out now as well as the front anchor, so we can just keep the boat in line at night. You know, if the wind shifts, then it will just hold the boat, and we can not drift into the rocks over there or end up in any shallow spots around.
Push myself away. What?
What?
You need to take the rest of the chain. Take all the chain in the dinghy.
Oh. Oh.
There you go, and then pull it out of the reel.
There we go. I feel like I need a paddle, Chris.
How do we get him out there? Oh, he's drifting now.
Yep.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Is that alright?
Yeah. Good man. Tenny wants the bottle top. There we go. Whee. Anchor bubbles time again. But now we got 2 anchors, so it's two bottles of anchor bubbles.
Yay!
Great, great.
What is up, MTV? On a new episode of MTV Cribs here aboard the Aurora. Alright, this is one of the wheels, right? This is where the magic happens. But there's 2, so that's double the magic. So if I turn here, same happens here. Okay, that's magic. That must be Patrick Swayze's ghost going to work right here. Here we have the captain, right? He's going.
I love you, dude. I love you, man.
Okay, this is Nikolai aboard the Aurora.
We're not ready.
Well, the cameraman is ready.
But there is fluff and scooches.
Yeah, the cameraman doesn't care. You know, you're paid to jump in the water. Okay, this is Nikolai aboard the Aurora. We're about to witness 2 beautiful mermaids jumping in the water.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I got this.
Okay, you know, the whole production is waiting right now. You're costing us money.
Yes.
There's freaking jellyfish everywhere.
Like
You're in the
jellyfish
ocean. You must
soup.
expect jellyfish.
Yeah, but it's like a soup of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but we love soup here.
1, 2, 3 nu, eller hvad?
You go on now.
3, 2, 1 nu.
3, 2, 1 nu.
Have you guys seen 300 Sparta with the kick? This is... Okay, you go on Sparta, okay?
No. We jump on 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
2, 1, no.
Let's go. Okay. Okay. So how did the keel look, Chris?
A little bit of paint scraping, but it's alright actually.
Paint scraping, that's alright?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Jeg tror, du skal smage før du...
Okay. So an ikke-dansk
Chili con carne is a speciality on this boat.
Yeah, but it's not so good today.
It's not so good? I'm sure it is going to be good.
It's gonna be awesome.
Sitting in the sunset in a nice sheltered bay. Nikolai's fishing again. Yeah.
Stationary
We
lure.
have local Åland beers.
Yeah, look at Åland beers.
And we actually, all of us have different ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Original. These beers have been pretty good so far actually. I like the IPA one, but yeah, they're nice.
Ale Mary. Not sure what that is.
Ale Mary.
Lemon ale.
Lemon ale. Nice.
Honungsøl.
So it's early morning and we are downwind sailing again towards Kumlinge. Just had part one of our breakfast, now it's time for what, pancakes and something?
Banana pancakes with peanut butter, Nutella, banana and apples and honey.
Nice. Like live on a cruise ship on this thing, it's amazing.
Banana pancakes.
Nice. What are you looking for, Sarah?
Four.
Are you doing the Robin Hood thing?
Mooses.
Where you remember where
Sarah is starting.
where he gets his first binoculars and he's trying to fight them with a sword through the binoculars?
Yeah. No, I'm looking for the swimming moose.
Swimming moose?
Yeah.
It's likely. You've seen everything else, but you're not going to see that.
I am gonna see a swimming moose.
Yeah?
We've seen eagles, we've seen goats,
Ferrets.
we have seen ferrets, we have seen fishes,
Seals.
seal, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna see a swimming moose, because it's on the postcard, so it must be here somewhere.
Nice.
Come on, moose.
Decided to bring the dinghy up on the bathing platform there because I gained more or less 0.4 of a knot when the dinghy's up on the top, so it's kind of worth it, and then I can just push it back down when we don't need it. The weather's beautiful. It's nice to get some sailing in where I'm not fighting all the ropes all the time and thinking about whether the boat's going to round up on you or not. But we've rounded the boat up a couple of times on this trip, where we've just had the mainsail out downwind sailing, and then I've turned a little too far off the wind, and then it rounded up because it pushed the main out, and then I couldn't get it back, and then I had to go all the way into wind and then throw it round, and then we were downwind sailing again. But yeah, learning a lot about this boat. It's pretty interesting.
Jeg kan ikke vinde over dig. 4 ens et par.
No!
Så, så må du
5, not 4.
So bring forth the calculator.
Yeah, should be there in less than a couple of hours. It's going to be a nice chill out day, I think. We've done a lot of hard sailing over the last few days, so yeah, we can just relax, get the dinghy out for the day. Nikolai can do attempt some more fishing.
Attempt is the correct word.
Hopefully get our first fish that we can cook.
We don't care which fish it is or how big it is.
Yeah, we don't care anymore, we just need a fish. And yeah, just relax a bit, you know. As much as I love the sailing, I love actually going to the places and exploring and doing some walking around as well. I'm getting a bit boat stir crazy. Need to get off the boat and explore something. Åland is proving to be very, very beautiful. And at this time of year, we're at the end of August now, there's absolutely no boats around. Well, I've seen 2 boats this morning, that's all, but you can pretty much take your pick. Just heading north now and then around, and then in a couple of days I think we might have a long sail towards Turku, but it's going well. If you have a Hansa 418, I'll give you a little tip. Sorry, I'm in really crappy light at the moment, but I'm not getting in front of the jib because it will probably knock me over the side on the other way. But if you rig the preventer just like this to the very top, here, so it maintains a little scoop outwards like that, and then you use this little thing here, and then tighten the self-tacker up just enough so that it doesn't let the rope chafe against the wires here. Then you've got yourself a perfect preventer in certain wind angles. Doesn't always work, but when you've got it right, you can see that it opens the sail right up. God damn it, it's coming across again. But when it's windy enough, it opens the sail right out and gives it a nice shape and doesn't let it flap up at the top too much. So the wind's dropped off a bit now, but it really gives you an extra, I don't know, maybe knot or so. Yeah, beautiful. Just coming into the bay now behind me over there, Kumlinge, the top of Kumlinge. So I've got to start getting some sails down in a minute, but Nikolai and the girls are playing Yahtzee this morning. Good way to spend a morning.